Hey friends, I hope that everyone's having a good week in spite of the fact that it feels like the whole world is burning right now. So much is going on in so many places, wars and riots, and I hope that all of you are safe. But moving on, I want to talk about a subject that is problematic but lighter than that, and that is Britney Spears and what I believe is the latest exploitation of her by a problematic brand, Balenciaga. So, a little history on Balenciaga is that in the 2000s, they went from being a luxury fashion house to kind of a joke brand. They started putting out high heeled Crocs and selling them for over $1,000 a piece. They make weirdly impractical high heeled tennis shoes, again, for going for $1,100 a piece. And so they kind of became known as a brand that rich people buy for a joke. It wasn't always this way though, and I found a video from 2023 on TikTok. I'm going to link the creator below that shows the difference of Balenciaga now versus Balenciaga in the 80s and 90s whenever it was very chic. I had to remove the music. Not gonna lie, I kind of liked that second one, but look at these from the 80s and 90s. Oh my God, back to the 50s and 60s, I believe, some of them, but wow. Just chic, classic, beautiful. And I get that not everyone wants that, but how did we go to this? How do we go to stuff that looks like Blake Lively styled it? Then in 2022, things with Balenciaga went from weird to literally the worst. It's a lot of things that aren't YouTube friendly to even talk about. I'll let y'all pause to read here, but the scandals were very, very bad. Now, when this all went down, the creative director of Balenciaga, Demna, put out a rather strange apology acknowledging that he wanted to push the envelope, but that he probably went too far and needed to learn. And then, although most people who follow fashion were already aware that Kanye West was a good friend, a best friend of Demna's, those who didn't know learned whenever Kanye released his text message screenshots between him and Demna, with Demna asking him to please help stop the Demna hate. Obviously, this didn't help because Kanye had entered his most problematic era ever, and I don't think we need to say what it is. When Kim Kardashian made her most shocking Met Gala appearance due to being overcovered versus undercovered, a lot of people assumed that the masked man by her side all in black was Kanye. According to French magazine L'Éthique, it was Demna. After the scandal, Kim made a series of posts about how she's disgusted and outraged and re-evaluating her future with Balenciaga. She was back wearing Balenciaga in no time, y'all. So now that we've had a brief recap on the recent history of Balenciaga's scandals, let's talk about what they're currently doing in their collab with Britney Spears. Now, just one more thing before we get into the Britney and Balenciaga deal is I want to say that while I absolutely have always supported Britney being free of that ridiculous conservatorship, I do think that Britney needed a caretaker, an unbiased professional caretaker, not someone who was going to treat her in a cruel way like her dad and try and exploit her for more and more money all the time. So I don't agree with so many things that Britney has done since she's been let out of her conservatorship. There's a lot of irresponsibility, a lot of reckless behavior, a lot of things that really just shouldn't be happening, and I don't think they're reflective of a healthy mind. I think that Britney needs help. She just needs help from an unbiased source that's professional and not like her dad was. So that little rant being said, let's get on to the actual issue. This collab is apparently Demna's last work with Balenciaga, and then he's moving to Gucci. I'm curious to see what kind of scandals Gucci is going to have next. But look at this, y'all. It is literally nothing but reprints of Britney's concert merch being sold on very normal t-shirts and caps for $500, $700, and generally over $1,000 a piece. This hits me as nothing but an absolute cash grab and attempt at exploiting Britney once again to try and rehabilitate this brand, because everyone wants to support Britney after the awful circumstances of her conservatorship was revealed. There's no artistry here, there's no innovation. There is just, in my opinion, simple exploitation. What do y'all think? Are you seeing the same thing that I am here? Let me know in the comments, y'all, and if you've heard of the Demna scandals before. Have a good day, everyone.